What's up, everybody? We're in camera. To you. We're here at our the third podcast.
Yes, it's the third one.
The third Midnight High podcast. Things are
Ignore the fact that we skipped a month.
things are looking up. We're improving.
I'm
Slightly.
looking slightly off screen at the mess of a disassembled N64 and a broken entertainment center. I'm just
broken entertainment center.
Yeah, the bottom came off because you pulled on it.
I'm sorry. Yeah, one of the wooden pieces of our
Alright, okay.
80s entertainment center.
Forgot to do this. In fact, forgot
What?
to this the last 2 times. I'm Jason.
Yeah, I'm
He's
Micah.
Micah.
Or otherwise known as MS-DOS. He is ABC, spelled phonetically.
You don't have to say the last part.
Okay, well, I don't know. Some
Oh,
people
and
might not
can't forget
get
the most
that.
important part. Here's a little microphone.
Yay, maybe we call her Big Gertha.
No, this
When
isn't
it
Big
says, Hi,
Gertha.
Big Gertha. Oh, this isn't?
No. I get it.
Oh.
This is a smaller pop filter. We had a
Oh.
giant pop filter like this big.
It was extremely huge, and we just called it Big Gertha.
Anyway, I have definitely water. This is not Sierra Mist or anything.
I actually have real water with me, because...
I like sugar. I like with diabetes. So we are not going to do our normal opening.
No.
Because instead of talking about last month, we're going to be talking about the last year. Of
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah.
That happened a month ago. But we're late.
Yay. We've been working on this stuff, and we also completely forgot about it, too.
We both forgot we had a podcast.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you have a podcast.
Yeah, you forget
You're
about
shaking
it.
the table with a microphone.
Shoot! I told myself I wouldn't do that. Okay.
So, it's not exactly the 10 best games. It is for me.
Yeah.
But he only has 8 because he's dumb. So,
Yeah.
that means I get to go and talk longer, which is not dumb. It is
not
dumb.
Okay, yeah.
My hat puts a giant shadow on my head. 1 second. Is that aesthetic?
That, I mean, I don't know. You just have...
Is that better?
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of hats. That's just me, but...
Excuse me?
No,
Oh, yeah, I got my Xbox shirt.
I got my generic-ass Nike hoodie. I mean, that's not really a hoodie, but
Yes.
zip-up. That is probably extremely poorly worn. I need to straighten it up a bit. With khaki jeans.
This is what Game Grumps should have been.
This is what Game Grumps should have been.
Okay, so I will start off. Alright, actually, wait, the rules.
The rules.
So these are games that are, I'll call them new experiences. The only criteria are that we finished the story and we hadn't played them before this year. Because we couldn't fill even a top 5 with games that came out exclusively this year. And by we, I mean him.
Yeah, that's me.
I think I had exactly 5 games that I played this year that were new, that came out this year. Because, yeah, they're $60. Now they're $70. And I am a poor college kid.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
We remembered a lot more games. I think I remember a lot more games from 2020 than 2021. Just because
they
we
did blend
played
together.
more.
Yeah, because we were stuck at home even more than usual.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess you could kick us off.
All right. I have 1 digital game. The rest I actually have to show you guys. So, first, or last up, technically, Ori Will of the Wisps. The sequel.
Steelbook edition.
Yeah, let's see. I played Ori back in 2016 because it came with our Xbox.
Gosh, it's been that long.
And then I hadn't played it again until, well, last year now. So until 2021. Can we just say this year? It makes more sense in my head.
Okay, yeah. Shut up, water bottle! Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, guys. I did not know that would happen.
So yeah, this year I played the first game again for the first time since... Okay, I just lost my train of thought. But yeah, and then... Because the sequel came out in 2020.
Yeah.
And I played it, and although it was still very good, it was not as good. Whoa.
Yeah,
I would have thought that the sequel was not as good.
Wait, but you didn't think... So you still like the original one better?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I had played that before, so I couldn't put it on the list.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I again played it. Oh wait, did I even play? I think I played in 2022, or I said 2020 this year. Wait,
No.
wait, what did we do? Wait.
Never mind, just say what you want.
Okay, so I played Will-O-Wisp in 2022, so I technically couldn't say that. Can't say that, but yeah.
Alright, you
Well,
did play it this month. You played it. Did you actually beat my time? You didn't tell me if you did.
I did, but I played on easy, not normal.
Oh, loser.
So I guess this doesn't matter.
Alright, so I've talked about this on the Drake episodes. But now I can talk spoilers. But I'm not going to, because it's not worth it. Yeah, because I've already said all I need to. On the show. Well, like I said, I've said all I need to on...
What do you like about it?
What I like is it's like the most beautiful game ever beautifully made.
True.
No, it's not. As far as like that sort of like hand-drawn art style goes, it is the best in its class.
Damn, the game was so bad. Especially like the Oasis, like the, what's it called? The
pond, the pool.
Yeah,
Luma pools.
Luma pools. Like when I got that, I was just like,
see,
oh my goodness.
To me, it was just like when you get to the top, because you're underground.
Yeah.
Not really. When you get to like the top in the snowy area, and the sun just like the sunset like just like beams down on the snow, and it's just like, whoa.
That was such a beauty. Like I think that part. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, like when you're about to enter the snowy part.
Yeah.
And then like you just see like the sun glare. Like that is so good. And then
I thought that and the pools were my two favorite locations.
Those are just like if you just want a game just for looks, Ori Will-O-Wisp.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they changed enough to keep it fresh, while also giving it a satisfying conclusion. So I'll say that, yeah. Anyway, so next, before you go, is. Now I know it's the PS4 version, but Crash 4, because the upgrade was PS5 upgrade was free and I didn't feel like buying it again.
Yeah, fair enough.
This is like the best 3D platform ever made.
I think it is too.
Unless you're 100%ing it, then it's the worst 3D platform.
I actually tried to 100% it and I failed miserably.
See, why is it that whenever I open a game, it's just white?
It's white with
just
a
legal
text.
text.
Yeah. Like I thought they would do something with it, but I guess not.
No,
I mean, not even.
They didn't do it with the 2 trilogies. Activision.
That's disappointing. Like
they didn't do it with Tony Hawk either.
Right.
But yeah. Anyway, I am not a big Crash fan. I'd say.
Yeah.
I played the first 3. I'm like, okay, I can see what they did, but Spyro's better. But then I played this, and I'm like, okay, now I get it. I didn't play anything in between the 3rd and this game. I didn't play any of the PS2 games or like the one PS3 game. Did the Titans game even come out on PS3?
Titans?
No, they came out on 360.
Yeah, only 360.
They never actually made it
in PS3.
Yeah, so I skipped all those. So it's gonna be hard going back when I do eventually get to them. I actually have Wrath of Cortex now. I couldn't find it. Like, none of the stores were carrying it. Then finally, like, I'm going to buy it online. But then they sent me the greatest hits version instead, and that bothers me. So, yeah. I didn't play it then.
Okay.
Because I'm picky.
Yeah, like that game just, like, has just, like, this...
like
perfect feeling gameplay to it where
especially with the DualSense.
It's platforming that feels satisfying to do.
It's not like Sonic Adventure 2, which even though I love that game to death, that game is, you have to but work with the jank.
Yeah.
And like a lot of platformers, you have to work with the jank, like 3D ones.
Yeah.
Because they tend to just be more buggy and...
Yeah, especially the early 3D ones. You just need to expect that.
Like, I think Sonic Adventure 1 was kind of rough. It was a rough transition to 3D. Anyway.
Oh, no.
No, Sonic 3D Blast was the rough transition.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, with the DualSense, if you can, play it with the DualSense. Because, like, those triggers.
Those triggers
and that vibration.
are so good.
And that 60 FPS. if you play it on like a last gen console, it's okay.
Isn't
But,
it
like the
30
60 FPS
Isn't 30 FPS
on all of them. Like you need a current gen system to get it at 60, if I remember correctly. But it's worth it.
Yeah.
Because that just adds to the control. Because that's why I think it's the best 3D platform ever made. Because it controls the best. Because you're not fighting against anything. It even has a shadow underneath you at all times, so you know where you're landing.
Exactly.
Why is this the only game to do that?
It's so hard to believe that some 3D platforms just don't have that.
No, this is the only one I've played.
No,
if they have a shadow, it's the character shadow, which means it gets changed by the environment.
You're right.
So Spyro has a shadow, but you can't see it if you're too high above the ground.
Yeah.
Because of it's PS1.
Right. And
the original Crash game. And I'm sorry, I'm just gonna go on a side tangent. I don't think the Insane trilogy is good. Because of 30 FPS. Like, they never had
30 FPS really ruins it, I think.
Like, I was dying so many times because of the latency that it comes with. Like, first, it's a wireless controller going to a PS4 or PS5. I played it on both, and it didn't help. And then it just takes too long for the TV to refresh what you did.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it ruins it. Like, those types of games, I don't know how it worked on PlayStation 1, but it did. But, like, plugging in the controller didn't do anything. So I'm going to save those for when I get the PC version, which will be never. Because they're going to stick at, say, at $40.
And I know the Spyro Reignite trilogy, on PC, you can change it from 30 to 60. But there's one part where one of the enemies, like, raises up a wall.
Well, because, I can
explain
explain that.
Yeah, and it all depends on the frame rate. Like, when he's going at 60 frames and raising up the wall, like, it doesn't register to lower it, so it's just going to stay up forever.
Well, the thing is that, game time can be registered to an internal game clock, or it can be registered to the frame rate. And in the Reignited trilogy, it's registered to the frame rate. So when they upped it for PC, certain timing functions, like stairs that would go from normal to sliding, or that guy who brought his shield up and then down at certain times, wouldn't work properly. Anyway, yeah, so that's enough tangent about Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, fourth game's awesome. Like,
it's about time.
It is about time. And like now that what was it, Toys for Bob? Yeah, now that Toys for Bob is in Microsoft hand, well, about
potentially.
to be potentially in Microsoft hands, we might see a Crash 5.
I just realized, is this getting reflected in the ODST poster?
Oh wait,
that'd be kind of funny. I can't see. Well, the monitor's too tiny. Anyway, all right. So now I've done my 10 and 9, so you can do your 8.
I forgot what my 8 was. Okay, I got it. Mega Man X. Except Mega Man X is in here.
It's on there somewhere.
It's in here. I can't find. What the frick are these?
Those are the Saturn versions we pirated.
We pirated the Saturn. Actually, no, guys. These are my best game of the year over here. That game of the year.
You forgot we did that, didn't you?
I forgot most of the games we pirated.
Because we put them in random collections.
Yeah, I know we pirated the Dragonheart.
That's in Amiibo Festival.
Okay, yeah.
Because we thought we'd forget it was in there, but I've opened Amiibo Festival just because it's stupid multiple times just to look at it. I'm like, oh yeah, Dragonheart's in here.
Yeah. Oh gosh,
I want to send that to AVGN. Just the pirated Saturn disc, but it would be way too sketchy.
That would just be like a perfect AVGN moment. Just like, the fuck is this? And he just like plays it. He's like, this game is ass.
Yes.
Aaron. Okay, we won't go down the Game Grunts role playing scene right now.
Role playing group chat.
What if we welcome to the Discord chat?
If we opened a Discord, I would have a separate channel for Games Grumps role.
That would be literally the most hilarious thing. Like, I always thought,
so dumb. It would be terrible.
I always thought of just like, if I ever like create my own TV show or something, I will like literally go to Discord. Like a few years down the line, I will go to Discord just to see if anyone's made any role plays of it, and I will probably join in on it.
Yeah, so anyway, your game? Mega Man X?
Yeah. like Mega Man X, like I played all of the other ones. In like I played the original Mega Man X's, and okay, not the original Mega Man X. I'm losing my train of thought. I played the original Mega Man games. They were like good for the time, but I don't know. There's something about them that just didn't really click with me. Like I really liked Seven though. Like Seven's I think is like not one of my
It
favorite.
looks fun.
Not one of my favorite games of all time, but definitely in like top 20. I'd say like of best games ever made. I think like I can't beat Dr. Wily. I know that's
Dr. Wily.
Dr. Wily. I can't do that. I'm not that talented at platformers like that, but Mega Man X was just like such a nice breath of fresh air. Oh my goodness, it was so fun to play, and it is extremely sad that the rest of the games are just like
The Octilogy.
the Octilogy just fell flat. I've only played up to 6. We want to save 7 for Midnight High.
That's gonna be a epic vid.
Yeah, so I can't wait to play that once we're done with Drake. But yeah, that's why it's so low on the list. It's just because it was just fun to play.
Just pure fun.
Yeah, just pure fun.
All right, I should double check that this is number 8. Don't want that digital game to sneak in through. All right. My number 8 is Babam, Deathloop. With the epic steelbook.
Dude, Deathloop.
The disc doesn't match.
It does, and you bought the
because it was
too.
Pre-ordering it through Best Buy got you the steelbook for free,
Right.
and it got you like DLC.
That game
somewhere there's Oh, it was an email, right? This game has a manual though.
Yeah, not a big one, but it has one.
Better than any other game that came out this year.
Yep.
Pretty much. Yeah, so this would be much, much higher if the ending didn't absolutely suck garbage ass.
I didn't mind the ending so much.
It's garbage ass.
Like, it's
not just regular ass.
It's not, like, it's a bad ending, but I didn't think it was, like, that bad of an ending. Like, I don't think...
You can't build up a story and then just drop it like that.
But then it makes you excited for the next game.
No.
It does for me.
Not for me.
I get excited.
I am so let down and so, like, disappointed by that one thing that it left a sour taste in my mouth. The whole franchise.
Yeah.
It's like what Last of Us 1 did, but worse. Because Last of Us 1 was competent. And subjective. Like, it was like, if you like that kind of ending, you'll like that kind of ending. But, like, this Deathloop's ending, I've heard no one say that it was a decent end. Everyone said it was bad or terrible.
Yeah, it was a bad ending. But it's not as bad as
okay, not talking about the ending. The game, it's the best feeling console shooter I've ever played. Even though, like, I don't know, like, Halo Infinite came out and didn't feel as good.
Yeah,
Control.
True.
It might have played better, but it didn't feel as good as the Control. Like, and I think it's because of the freaking DualSense. That controller is magical.
Like, I literally just want to get, like, a whole bunch of shooters on the PS5 just to try the DualSense.
Yeah, like, I want to switch, like... Part of me was just like, we have all the Call of Duties on Xbox. I want to put them on PlayStation. Just or start getting them on PlayStation, I should say, and just for DualSense. And, like, what else? Like, Doom. I kind of want to try Doom Eternal's, like, PS5 patch. The new Quake remaster has DualSense support.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to get all these shooters on PS5 now. But it has the stupid layout. Where the sticks are on the bottom. I don't like that.
I don't like
for shooters.
I mean, it is doable. I think, like, people are, like, over-exaggerating on how awful it feels, or, like, putting too much stress on your thumbs. Like, no. Feels just fine to me.
But yeah, like, playing... I think it was the Lego games that I've been playing through with my sister. It's like, I feel like I'm doing this. Like, I feel like my thumbs are like, even though they're not, and that is exaggerating it. But this is kind of how it feels when you're playing for long sessions. And I cannot, like, when I was binging Uncharted 2 that one day,
Yeah.
my hands were cramped because that PS3 controller sucks.
Like, yeah, the PS3 controller itself does.
It's so tiny. It's Japanese. I want the Duke controller, man. All right, so I think that's all I can say about Deathloop.
Well, like,
The soundtrack's really good.
The soundtrack's awesome. Like, the fact that it felt like a game from like the early 2010s. It felt like where, like, the developers like wanted you to like explore. Like, it kind of felt like Halo 1, like, where the developer just wanted you to like explore the area to find like.
They made a
secrets
weird
and
place,
stuff.
but then let you explore the weird place.
I remember I went to, like, you were watching me, like, I just found this like cave and I just went in it, and then suddenly I'm just in this like torture room, and there's this guy who apparently like knows who I am. I'm just like, oh, well, what's going on here? Is this part of the story? And then he like fills up the air. He really fills up the whole chamber with like gas.
That guy.
Yeah. And you were just like, I didn't see this guy when I played the game, and you finished it when I was playing it. And you're like, I didn't see him. I was like, what? You didn't see this guy?
He just walked in our room. He's like, Cole.
Yeah.
You're here. And there's like death gas, and you couldn't get out.
I knew what to do, but I just didn't figure it out in time. I didn't go back to the room, which I regret a lot.
You can still do it.
I can, but like, just the fact that there's like so many like ways you can like tackle each scenario, and
Yeah, it's just play at your own style.
exactly. Yeah, play at your own style is a really good way to do it. It wants you to experiment, and I love that. Like, breaking the loop felt like it felt bad because the game held your hand through it most of the time. I literally kind of wanted to find out like myself, because when I found out how to break the loop, I was just like, oh, well, it kind of came too soon, I guess.
I don't think
I
so.
don't know.
Like, I had to look up one of the things.
I don't think I looked up any of them.
Like, well, you also watched me do the thing I had to look up.
Okay, yeah, that is true. That is true.
But yeah, it was very good nonetheless. Solid. Like, just solid. Well, not just solid, but like very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay.
It
So
was-
now number 7. We don't have fancy.
Probably not even
We don't have fancy like title cards for that, but.
Ori and the Blind Forest.
Oh hey.
I did play this game in
This year? Last year?
I did.
Year?
I played it in 2021. That's for sure. And I can't technically say Will the Wisp because I played that like.
Yeah, you finished it like this month.
Yeah,
so.
I can't say that. Even though I still like the first one better. Honestly.
It's like, man.
The first one is like so simple that you can just straight up just pick up and play it, and I think that the second one feels better to like maneuver around, but I just love how the first one is just more gameplay focused. Like that just it just feels so nice.
It's super smooth.
And the combat is also very smooth too, because in Will of the Wisp you have to constantly stop. Like you pointed this out, you had to stop constantly,
Right.
bring out your sword, kill the enemy with your sword or whatever weapon you use, and then move on. While in the first one you just kept pressing X and it would just automatically just fire for you, and it like that just made some really good combat. And it also, like, I watched you play back when I was really young. Not really young, but like back when I was younger.
Well, you're younger
in
than me.
2016. And this being like, wow, so this is what like current gen console really looks like.
Yeah.
It was like the first game where I was just like blown away by the graphics, really.
That's interesting.
Where like I was like, no way a console can like do this.
See, it took my kid brain a long time to realize that Mario Sunshine was not perfection.
Yeah.
Graphically.
Yeah.
Man, just finishing Star Fox Adventures. Like, everyone praises that game for its visuals. Like, I'll take 60 FPS over pretty visuals, but like graphics, pure graphics, not including frame rate, Sunshine still looks better.
Yeah, I think
Like,
so
you can't
too.
beat Sunshine.
But like, yeah, Star Fox Adventure still just like where when you're in some of the environments, I was literally just like, whoa.
Like, what the heck? This
Like,
was on
that
the N64
looks,
at
like,
one point.
That looks beautiful.
All right, back to what were we talking about? Ori.
Yeah, Ori.
Ori.
Yeah, and like honestly, that's all I need to say about it. It's just simple. It's fun. The environments are so fun to explore, and I would 100% it.
That is a game on my 100% list,
Yeah.
which isn't very long, but it's there. Yeah. All right. So I have my number 7 next, right? You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
This is the digital game. I totally illegally played Earthbound on an emulator.
No, I'm actually surprised you put this low on the list.
Well, it was like, I don't know, cause like, I mean, I think I technically liked. You know what? Didn't I actually finish it this year? Technically.
Yeah, you did.
All right, replacing Earthbound with Mother 1. Dang it! Why did I not think of that?
Yeah, you
Okay.
did finish this year.
Whatever. So I'll talk about Mother 1 instead. I also play that illegally on an emulator because I can't read Japanese, even if I had the physical copy. So, as someone who has not played an RPG besides Pokemon, I said Pokemon, like
Yeah, Pokemon.
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 This is Pokemon.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a word anymore. Like, it was great. I was expecting to hate it, or like be lukewarm towards it. I didn't expect to like it. I'll tell you that much. Cause when I went into it, I was just like, okay, it's gonna have a good story but bad gameplay because it's just button mashing.
Yeah.
But it's smart button mashing. That's what they don't tell you. Because you're just like, first off, there's the auto feature. Well, there's the auto feature, and then the English version I played also had the easy ring, which makes it turns down random encounter rates.
Gives you more
and
money.
it gives you more money and XP
yeah.
per battle. So now, and I was also playing the GBA version, which had the run button and the like L shortcut, like the SNES game. So I was playing a modified version, but to me, it's like, for example, people say Ocarina of Time 3D is a definitive version. I'd say that the fan translation of Mother 1 is the definitive version, and you can judge it as Mother 1 still.
I
Like, a lot of people say Mother 1 aged poorly. Like, the original version, yes. So play an enhanced version.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you play the enhanced version, I think you'll appreciate it better.
I think people are so blinded by how great that game is just because of the hard
Like,
difficulty.
it is the best NES soundtrack I've heard. Like, hands down, not even close. Like, it's magical. That's all. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to spoil it. I don't care if you even have the slightest, tiniest inkling to maybe play it one day eventually. You should play it.
Cool.
If you're not interested at all, then, I mean, then don't play it, I guess. But yeah, it was a great time. I think I did enjoy it more than Earthbound, but like some things in Earthbound were better.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it didn't look visually that good.
But that's what I love about it. Like, I actually, because I love using my imagination.
I can understand that, yeah.
Like, when you go into those empty buildings where there's just nothing inside except like a chair and the person you need to talk to. Like, I can just I loved imagining what was like actually in that room. I could make it up myself. That was super fun to do.
Lamps that attack children.
Yep, that's like the first enemy you fight, and it's wonderful.
All right, I guess I'll leave it at that. So now on to 6.
Sure, 6, whatever.
I don't remember.
KOTOR. My friend of ours, I told him I've never played Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and to him that was the video game that taught him that video game is art. That was the game that video game could be so much more than just shooting things, or just like generic video gamey style. KOTOR taught him that video games can literally be art. And I told him that Ocarina of Time was the game that taught me that video game is art. And
that was Sonic Adventure 2.
And so we switched games. I gave him Zelda 3D to play, and he gave me Star Wars Knights of the Republic 1. And I would say I put it down for a while because the beginning part. If anyone's I've played KOTOR before, without for the first time, they know how hard it is to get to the beginning part.
It's scary
because of just how complicated, especially if you're playing with the original Xbox controllers. They know how hard it is to get through it because the controls are bad.
Do you know if the PC's any better?
Don't know if the PC's any better
because you have okay, so I got it. I haven't played it yet, but I got it on PC to add to the backlog. The physical version because it's cooler. But do you have to pay for a program to get button mapping? Because it wasn't natively supported. So you need to pay for a program that basically just binds keyboard keys to a gamepad. And that's the only way you can get original Xbox controller button mapping. Of course you can't use the original controller. So I'm just dang, these PC controls better be good. Because you never know. Unless it's a first-person shooter, you never know if it's going to be good with a controller or good with a keyboard and mouse. Racing games are guaranteed with a controller, and shooters are guaranteed with a mouse. Everything else is fair, up in the air. I played Ori with a controller, even though I had it on PC. I don't know, because I remember when I tried Mass Effect for the second time on PC, it was way worse than the controller. There's just too much stuff. My brain can't handle more than 2 things at once. So.
Yeah. Well,
anyway, enough ranting.
Well, KOTOR was I was just wow. First of all, I dropped it. He found out and was just hey, how about I, get you started? And I was okay. So he comes over and he just he just breezes through everything. You can tell that he's been playing this game for ages and since his childhood.
He does the same thing with the first Last of Us.
Yeah,
because he did the same thing when I was playing The Last of Us. I didn't drop it, but he was overwatching. He's go in that building. There's a thing that there's this and this and this, and then they go into this. I was dude, shut up! I'm not playing this unhardened. Stop.
Yeah, and then so he told me what to do. He told me how everything works. He got me a lot of XP. He got me on a really high level, or on the first planet, which is a really good head start. And then
any planet I would know.
No planets that you would know.
Oh, that's interesting.
Tatooine is the next planet. Is the second.
Oh, I was gonna say I know that one.
I mean, technically, it's not the second planet to go to, but he was just here are all the planets you should go into in order to go in this one, then this one, then this one, then this one. He knew exactly what to do. And...
that's gonna be the new Lego Star Wars game, by the way.
Oh really?
You just go to all it's open world, and you get to travel to different planets.
Dang, that's so scary. I'm actually scared of that game. I don't know how it's gonna be. This is the freaking Lego we're talking about, not some big fancy AAA development. It's just a freaking Lego. Well, how are they gonna pull this off? I don't know.
I don't know, but that $70 is better be worth it. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just scared, but KOTOR was just oh my god, this is why people love Star Wars games so much. As a kid, I would have killed for a game like this.
Definitely. I don't need to play it to know that I would
because you can be a freaking Jedi, or you can be the Sith, or you can be a Jedi and then turn on everybody and become a Sith, or the other way around.
You can pull an Anakin.
You can
nice. Can you kill younglings?
No, you can't.
What's the point of making a game in a Star Wars franchise if you can't kill the youngling?
They can.
Didn't Force Awakens let you? One of them?
Oh, frick. I don't
think they did.
So.
I hope they did. You can kill Wookiees in the first level.
But yeah, it felt like Force Awakens, but just like a lot more freedom and an RPG. And like I never once I had to grind. Like even when Nick was playing, he did not need to grind at all. He just like he just like
Okay.
we just played the game regularly without needing to grind, and that was a super big luxury I was not expecting. Like, God, and like, dang, you know what? The ending, I mean, the ending I chose and like the big twist that it had was like actually good. It wasn't like just casually thrown in there or anything or predictable. Like it was a
Shadow
good
the
one.
Hedgehog.
It was. I mean, Shadow the Hedgehog had like that is just another whole. That's a whole other can of worms.
You ever
I
just have 12 endings that are actually the ending?
I think it was 12, right?
It was a little over 10, I remember.
Yeah,
Not much.
something like that. It was stupid.
12 endings
But,
and none of them mattered.
Yeah, and he's coming out on Switch too, or is it out on Switch?
Well, they all. I think all the
Something
big
like
Star
that.
Wars games are on Switch now.
Like if
But
you have
then
a Switch,
KOTOR, like the physical version, like pre-orders closed like last month, so it's gonna take like half a year for those to come out.
like if you have a Switch, like get it.
It should. I know. Well, it's on Steam. It should be on like Xbox and I think it's on Xbox backwards compatible. I think you can buy it there, and there might be a PS4 version.
Yeah, like if you have a Switch, like if the beginning part is hard, everyone knows that. But like
Look it up.
once I knew the controls, once I learned it, I could like just like beep 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 beep. Like it was just all like it was all mapped to my brain. I even knew exactly what I was doing.
Okay.
And so it's not easy to learn as a regular RPG, but it just became second nature. Just navigating through the menus, and that's not what it was like. Only took me like 2 hours in the game for me to like memorize everything about it. And I think it took me like around 24 hours to beat, so like standard RPG length.
Yeah, like
And none of it felt like bloatware. None of it felt like, oh, I have to go to this area. Oh, now they want me to do this. Like, no, it felt natural. It felt real. It just felt good. It felt good to play. I heard the sequel's better, but
the sequel's the greatest game ever.
yeah, I heard the sequel's like absolutely amazing. So I can't wait to play it when I see it out in the wild one day.
I'm actually surprised it's on your list because when you finish it, you didn't really talk to me about it in such high regard. You were just like, yeah, I finished KOTOR and it was pretty good. You didn't really say it was like, whoa, this is really good, you know.
And plus, like, there wasn't many games where I would say like in 2021.
Well, still, you didn't
like-
really. You sounded more like it was more like slightly above average.
Yeah, I probably did. Maybe it was the mood I was in, but I don't know. Like looking back on it, I have fond memories of it. So
Okay.
play it. That's all I gotta say.
I will. I've just gotta play
And to
like
the audience too.
Max Payne and the Remedy series of games.
Yeah.
Also gotta play like anyway. On to my number 6. Yeah. So I have a collection, not the actual game, but Metal Gear Solid Legacy collection. Actually, the next one is in this collection too. I kind of pulled them next to each other.
Yeah.
But I'll talk about Metal Gear Solid 1. I played that. Was it this summer?
Maybe you saw one.
Or was it like in the spring?
I
I don't remember, but
it
like
was just summer, early summer around. Yeah.
it had to have been because I think so. But like, man, Metal Gear Solid 1 was unlike anything ever that I'd ever experienced. I wouldn't say it I wouldn't say it like changed how I look at video games just because I've been playing them long enough to where I kind of knew what this was.
Yeah.
Even knowing what the series is about, like it still blew me away for the time. Like the voice acting is like compares to modern stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The cinematography was pretty good. Some of the there's some like kind of not redundant, but like kind of like unnecessary elements to the game, like backtracking to get a sniper.
Yeah.
That was kind of lame. But other than that, I will say Psycho Mantis, that boss fight is still like my favorite gaming moment.
The Psycho Mantis boss
Give me
fight
that.
is absolutely amazing. Like,
It's perfection.
it is a perfect
And
boss fight.
that's all I'll say. I don't want
we can't
for
spoil
anyone.
it for anyone else that hasn't played it because it will ruin the experience.
Because I know people are just like, I'll spoil it because it's a game from like 96.
yeah, like it's a 30-year-old game, so it doesn't matter, and like
It's like, okay, but yeah, but there are people who are only 12.
exactly.
People who are only 12 years old. It's just like, you're
Yeah.
stupid. No, I'm not. What's 9 plus 10? 12. Ooh. Alright, so I was really surprised how solid the gameplay was. Because I was just like, the gameplay's going to be mediocre, but the story's going to be really cool. Just like Mother, actually.
Yeah.
Because, you know, everyone's just like, oh, Metal Gear Solid's a movie game. It's just a bunch of cutscenes. I'm like, oh, then it's just going to be a bunch of cutscenes. But it's not.
Mhm.
People over-exaggerate things as jokes, and sometimes you don't take them as jokes if you're not in the circle. And I think that's what happened with Metal Gear Solid. It's like, everyone's just like, it's just a movie.
Yeah.
Get it? And then you'd be like, oh, it's a movie. You're like, no,
Yeah.
it's a joke. But like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch this movie now on my PlayStation 1. No, don't do it. Yeah.
Colonel.
Yeah, my gosh. It's just like there was a point where I had to stop it just because like I didn't find the gameplay that fun.
See, I did.
So I just watched a walkthrough to the rest of the thing, and like that was actually a lot of fun.
I made a point to not look up a walkthrough, although you helped me with the sniper backtracking.
Yeah,
I remember, or you might have looked it up. That was the only thing like I got outside help with, yeah, that was the only thing, because the Psycho Mantis fight I didn't look up. That was the only other thing I would have looked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I love the characters. Snake and Otacon are like my boys. I love them.
That was a game that was definitely ahead of its time.
Yeah, and like, I'll touch briefly on 2 and 3, because I also played those this year. And I think it's worth mentioning 2 at least, because it's criminally overhated. Just because it's like Star Fox Adventures. People hate it just because it's not what they wanted. Same with MGS2. People hate it just because it's Raiden. Even though Raiden's awesome in his own way.
Yeah.
He's not as cool as Snake. And he is dumb and geeky, but I love that. Because he is written so poorly. Not like... I don't want to say that. He's written, like, intentionally. Like, he's written to be, like, clunky and stupid.
Yeah.
And I like that. I love it. He's so lovable. I don't know why. I just can't... Like, every time he came on the... Even his dumb romances with Rose were so fun to listen to, because his voice just makes it so funny.
And, like, their relationship is so cringy, too.
It's
but
so...
it's a good kind of cringe.
Well, like... Remember when we first met?
Yeah, and like...
I was a tourist saying, like, oh, God, King Kong climbed the Empire... Or the Chrysler building. Is like, no, it's the Empire State, bitch.
It was, like, people hate that. But, like,
I love it.
It was so fun and charming just to see these, like... These two PS2 like characters talking about the
and since the codec was live on like the first game, you just see them like
and then you can like zoom in on your faces with the triggers. You can just like
I remember doing that with Campbell all the time because he's always just like blah blah blah, and I'm just like zooming on his mouth.
Yeah, it was fun.
A lot of people point to the opening mission. I don't remember the opening mission.
When you're Snake on the boat.
The tanker. Everyone's just like, that's the best opening mission. That's like the best. That's like video game masterpiece. I'm like, I don't remember it. I remember thinking like, okay, it's 60 frames this time. And like, then like, when I was right, I'm like, ooh, this is interesting. And I like that. I like the shift.
I really like just like when Snake opens, like puts on his hood and you can see his like actual like textured face.
It's
like,
not just a head.
You could like see like his individual like facial hair.
It's such
like,
a big leap, man.
Yeah, and then seeing Otacon and everything, buddy, like just in their actual forms. And,
Behind D.
And like it was fun. It definitely a fun.
And
game.
then to briefly touch upon the third game, greatest theme song.
Great theme song.
I don't know if it's controversial, but I don't like Naked Snake as much as Solid Snake.
I don't either.
Which is weird because he's technically, he shows more emotion, and he's like more of a normal person. But that's why I like Snake, is because he's weird.
Snake is unpredictable. Like
Snake is unpredictable, like especially old Snake.
Yeah.
In MGS4, and he's so unpredictable, except in a cutscene because he's gonna do this.
Exactly.
He's gonna. He just does exaggerated.
I'm threatening you.
He does
with my
exaggerated
M9.
gun sweeps, and then he just points at whether they're friendly or not. He'll just point a gun at you.
Yeah.
Anyway, MGS3 is better than the second one, but the story it didn't really hit me till the end. Like the rest of the story, the ending was like freaking epic.
Yeah.
Like it was phenomenal.
That ending was so.
But like the
amazing.
rest of the story was kind of like, this is. It's still like Metal Gear weirdness, but it's too safe, I guess. I don't know. Like
there's a lot of boring parts. Like a lot.
Like the
of
second
boring
game,
parts.
like spoilers for the topic of, not like specific plot details, but like the overall topic of Metal Gear Solid 2 is, like political corruption. Like you're playing Metal Gear 1, you're just like, yeah, nukes. And you're playing Metal Gear 2, and like when you have the AI conversation, it's just like, what? Like your brain just starts melting. It's like,
because like it still relates to this day.
Yeah, that, and it's actually a twist. Like you don't see it coming.
Right.
It's out of left field. And when they do that once, it's hard for them to do that again. And in the third game, it's not a similar twist, but they have another big twist, and like it's more emotional though. Like it hits hard, and I like it for that. But the rest of the game doesn't really build up to it. It's just like, okay, spoilers for the third game. Like it's just like, okay, the boss is on their side now.
Yeah.
And then you kill her.
Yeah.
But like killing her was like, I'll save it for another game on this very list. So
okay,
I'm done ranting about Metal Gear until my next pick. So you can go.
Sure. I just need to find out what game it is. Okay. DMC4 for the PlayStation 4.
That was fun to watch.
This game was so fun. Like it was genuinely fun to play.
What's his name?
Nero.
Nero reminds me of Raiden.
Yeah, like as in like they even did the whole fake out thing in the beginning too, where in the beginning he has his hand like in a calf, and you're like, oh, like that's just Dante, but like he's like injured or something, and then no, they pull the whole fake out when Dante shows up in the same scene as him. You're like, oh, that's not Dante, that's someone else. And like they had that whole fight and stuff, and like that was so good.
It's so good.
It looked like, yes, I know this is a remaster, but like the PS4 version just looks so good.
Like looking at it next to the PS3 version, like you could see. No, you couldn't see behind the pixelation of the PS3 version.
The PS3 version was.
It was just like
it was 512p.
But that's the thing. The foundation was still there.
Right.
Like, they up-resed it. They made it run instead of like 512 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
They made it run at full 1080, which is a giant leap, and 60 frames. And like DMC games, like have to play in 60 frames.
And it added turbo mode too, which is always a must. But like, it felt like what I really wanted a hack and slash to feel, cause like hack and slash always have so many problems of just like
monotony.
Either that you just press the same button over again, or
it's either
it's
too
clunky,
little or too much.
It's clunky. You eventually,
for me at least,
eventually you're gonna be at a part where it's like, oh, there's more enemies that I had to fight. Here, there wasn't a single time where like fighting enemies was boring. It was always fun, and it was more fun just like just progressing through the story and just seeing how crazy and weird it got, and just like how Devil May Cry it could get. And I think I'm playing the fifth one right now, and I think like a lot of that charm is just missing from the fifth one, just like that weird over the toppiness that the other games had. And
I mean, it's still there.
it's there, but like I mean, the third one, you literally had freaking Dante running at the side of a building on a motorcycle, killing people on his motorcycle with like some of the best.
How many times
with
did Dante like go down or up the building killing people?
Like multiple times, definitely more than
Like
once.
3?
Yeah.
I think it was 3 different times where he was just killing people on the side of that building.
Yeah,
It
and
was so weird.
yeah, and it literally had one of the best cinematic fight scenes I've ever seen in my life. Like genuinely, it was so good. And
Better than RVB?
okay, yeah, or maybe, but video game wise at least.
Yeah.
And like video games nowadays just don't have that level of detail anymore. It feels like if a fight scene happens, it's just a fight scene. It's nothing more
5.
than that. Yeah. He'll fight Chief and Locke. Exactly.
And then he just punches the helmet twice, I remember.
Well, yeah,
Or
it
something.
was.
And it's like... And then
They
he
do the
gets
whole
up and it's
dramatic
the
effect.
crack, and it's like, whoa, Master Chief's helmet got cracked. Why do we care?
Yeah, why do we care? Yeah, and it just. But like, Devil May Cry 4 is just a straight up, just gently fun game. I love. I
It
still
looks
recommend.
fun. I
it
want
was
to play
fun.
those.
It was so fun, and
I've been watching. This is like the one game I've actually been watching him play, and not playing myself.
Yeah,
So
it's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you have up next?
Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yeah. I knew you were gonna put those two on there.
Yeah, I just put them next to each other because they're in the same box.
Yeah.
I like Metal Gear Solid 4 marginally better. I wouldn't say significantly, and I wouldn't say a little. I'd say decently better than the first game.
Man, my hair's bad.
That's fine. No one's watching. um, like Snake, my boy Snake is back, but he's old this time. Whoa.
Yeah.
My biggest complaint with Metal Gear Solid 4 is that it's only on the PlayStation 3. More people need to play this game. Like, they need to port it. Get it off. I don't know why it's exclusive.
The PS5, like, dude, a remaster. Like, that game already looks good.
Like, yeah, just up it to 4K. It's already at 60.
You make it a solid 60. It performs terribly on the PS3.
It's the only game with an uncapped, unsteady 60 that doesn't like feel terrible. Like even when it's like fluctuating like this,
Yeah.
and it's going from like 20 to 40 back down to 20 all the time, it was still playable because it's slow.
Yeah.
Paced. Like very rarely do you need to like make quick movements.
You're right.
But like the gameplay was, as far as I've played in the series, this is the most recent. This is the last game I've played so far. Portable Ops doesn't count. It's perfection. Like I feel like they perfected the gameplay. I don't know how they can improve it.
Right. That was so.
But apparently 5 improves it even more.
They brought to prove it, I think.
Somehow. Yeah, it's like, and like the story is just such a huge love letter to the whole series, that I can't help but like it better. Like, I don't care if you call it fan service or pandering. Like, sometimes there's good pandering. Smash Bros is very good pandering.
Yep. I agree with that.
To an extent, until they added Sora. But like, I don't know. I can't say much that I didn't say about the other games. But like, man, Liquid is so beautiful.
He is a beautiful man. I will say that. Like that last fight scene, take off his shirt, dang, he's a beautiful man.
Well, I mean, like in every way, like when he's his own person, when he's Ocelot, like when he's in Ocelot's body.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's a spoiler.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I just put a disclaimer before this that we're gonna spoil the games we talk about.
Right.
There.
There we go.
Now we can do whatever we want. Man, like all the plot twists, like they made sense. And like, no, Liquid's motivation was kind of weird.
It was a weird
Like,
motivation.
But at the same time, I don't care, because it's Metal Gear Solid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, if this was like something more serious, then yeah. Like, I think I never saw Metal Gear Solid as like serious. Like, it had its moments, like the AI conversation, and like the ending of 3. Like, but they save it for the ending usually. Besides the rare moments where they tackle a serious topic in like before the ending, they keep it way brief, like very brief. Like, what was it, Volga? That was the second game, right? Yeah, Volga in the second game, where she's just like, I'm pregnant. You're just like, they're gonna take my baby, and it's like, oh, okay, that's a serious topic. But then Otacon comes on, it's like, Snake, we gotta do something else now. Ignore her. I don't remember what he says, but like, that's basically it.
You're right.
But then like you get the repercussions for that, because now you just have her daughter, and it's just like, whoa, she can make eggs.
And is a freaking like can make like robots.
And can code things better than Otacon's own sister.
Yep.
Who died for nothing apparently. But yeah, it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's just too good.
It's such a
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has flaws like giving you control of the character for literally 2 seconds and then starting another cutscene. But yeah, very good.
Okay. On for number 4.
4.
Number 4. Yeah. Okay. I hope we're on number 4.
I don't know. I believe you.
I just don't want it to be like where we just said 6 last time and then we're on to 4.
No, we're on 4.
Okay.
I might have not said 5, but
number 4, I think to me is BioShock Infinite. That was a game where I generally couldn't put it down. I got my PC on sale or something, and like I played the first one, phenomenal game, I think. I played the second one, and it was meh. Like it's just fine. Like nothing's wrong with it, but at the same time, that's what makes it bad. That's what makes it really. Nothing's wrong with it. It's just this like, it's just like so boring. It's boring. That's what it is. It's boring. The story's boring. Everything's boring. And the BioShock game's just like, okay, look, we know that the second game was boring. Let's just make everything different. Like completely even different from the first one. Just make it different. And wow. Well, I mean, everything was so much better. I think I prefer it more than the first one. I think like the gunplay feels like actual gunplay. There's like actual like characters in it too that actually have personalities and makes you like actually care for them, and you are an actual character. You're Booker D. Witt, I think, is his name, and like. He's an actual character. You're not just this like hollow shell like in the first two. You're a real character who has his own motivations of doing what he's doing, and that is freaking awesome. A lot better than the first two, and like the setting is absolutely amazing, and the ending is absolute whack. So it's exactly what I like.
Yep.
Yeah. So I know you haven't played it yet.
No.
I think all the games you've put on so far, I think I've played before.
All of my games you've played, but not all of your games.
No, your games I played.
I was literally gonna say that. Not all of your games I've played.
Yeah, so.
At least so far, there is one game on my list that you haven't played.
I actually won't know what that would be.
Yes, you do.
Okay, when you bring it up, I will know. But at the top of my head, I can't think of anything. But yeah, BioShock Infinite is super fun. I remember like it was when I got my graphics card, my 1060, my GTX 1060, and I was just like, I was so excited. I was like, oh, I can play video games now on my PC, and I played BioShock Infinite and was just like absolutely stunned. Just like, whoa, my graphics card can push this game from 2013 at 1080p at 60 frames
I
at
would hope
highest
so.
settings. Like, I really wouldn't. I was really surprised you could push that.
Well, this is a crappy card.
It's probably a card from 2016.
It's not crappy. Okay.
Yeah, it's an okay card. Like,
It tries its
it
best.
can handle Halo 2 Anniversary at 60 frames at
Which
high
is
settings.
all you need.
At 1080p.
It's the only
No,
game.
I say 1440p.
The only game you need to play. No, it's not.
So yeah, except Jekyll Sniper. I'm playing that game on Legendary, and Jekyll Sniper is awful. Generally awful.
Cool.
Yeah. So
I'll play them on Legendary one day.
Yeah, I'm playing
Played
it.
Halo 5 twice.
You did play Halo 5 twice on Legendary. That was fun.
No one knows why. Not even me.
Yeah. Okay. I
My
guess
turn?
that's all I have to say about that. Yeah.
All right. So, next on this is number 3, right?
Yeah. Wait, no, 4? 3.
Yeah.
You
Number 3.
3. Okay. 3. Yeah. Wait, 2.
Yeah, is Uncharted 4. I think this was. I played this before Metal Gear Solid, so I'd say it's the first story-driven game that I genuinely loved. Like before, it was all about gameplay. And it's like it has to be game. I don't care about the story, just gameplay. That movie sucked.
I hope we can see it through the glare, but
Ratchet and Clank.
well, we'll get better lighting in here one day.
No.
Yeah.
This is like a brilliant conclusion to our boy Drake and Nath's story. I love calling him that.
Nathan Drake.
Like, I've told you this, but I'll tell the audience, like, it was the first. This is only the second thing, a piece of media, I guess, that I genuinely was, like, depressed when it ended. If that makes sense. Like, the first time was when I finished Lord of the Rings in middle school, like the books. I was just so sad that it was over. I was like, no, it can't be done. I want more. Like, I was like, well, I was in middle school, so I was more emotional. So I was actually like kind of like crying up. I'm like, it's over, man.
Yeah.
It's over. And then like, this game had the same feeling. Like the ending, like, again, spoilers. The ending where it's their kid on the beach and you're just going through all their stuff and you're just like, it's done. Why is it done? Stop being done. it just got me. Like, I don't know.
Like that game
Like,
has just. I think it has was just the best theme of all the Uncharted games.
It's just the best Uncharted game. Even if you, like, I don't want to say you can start here because of the ending, but like if you do start here, you're getting the best. Like, because I know PC players will just start here.
Right. And it's just a part of me that just makes me cringe on the inside. Because, like, one of the reasons why I love that game so much is because
Because it's the fourth one.
it's a fourth one, so you already know all the characters and you've grown with them. Like, when you... Oh, no, what did I forget? Wait. You see, I don't want to say because I'm afraid I'll get her name wrong. Was it Elena?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I don't remember her name. I didn't remember her name while I was playing it.
So I think her name was Elena.
Yeah.
Okay. So at first the first time you meet her, like they literally just like ditch her on an island, and you're just like, yeah, you screw her, and then
Screw woman.
And in the fourth one, they're freaking married, and you're like,
They're
oh my
married.
gosh, they're married.
It's just Leonardo DiCaprio like,
Yeah, you just like it just made me feel so emotional. Just like I saw these characters grow into actual human beings,
Real people.
into real people. Yeah, and
it looks beautiful. Like the game looks.
it
So
looks
gorgeous.
beautiful. It has the best gameplay out of all.
Seeing
of
the
them.
PS5 version run at 60 frames is just like, holy.
I have
crap.
not seen that actually. I need to see some
Oh
gameplay footage of it.
man, dude. Well, I would show you the upgrade version if they let me buy it.
And I like the curse of it too. Like, I'm going to go into more spoiler territory, but I think I really need to talk about it. So like every game has a curse, some weird curse.
Every
or,
Uncharted
like,
game.
Yeah,
Some there's like one supernatural element per game.
right.
It's like a rule.
Yeah, but in this one, there isn't any, except the curse or whatever weird thing that was like with it was greed. But they didn't outright explain it. Like you saw all these people just like searching for this treasure, and you're like, it's generic. This is such a generic treasure hunting story, you know? Like it's been done 100 times.
Right, it's
before.
literally the whole like long lost brother comes back from the dead. It's just like, let's go find treasure on a remote island. That's the whole plot.
And then you got these other guys who are also looking for treasure, but they have bigger guns and more men, and
But you are smart and quirky.
and so, but then you just have to ignore that. And it just starts to like.
It's a character. It's a character drama.
Right.
Like the plot doesn't matter. It's the characters. You're just like, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? What's she gonna do? What they gonna do? What are they all gonna do?
And the fact that you're like actually like in the last room where you're fighting, what's his name?
Sam.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. Sam.
The last room. I mean, the last like the boss.
Yeah. Well, in the fire with the gold.
Yeah,
like
Sam.
Yeah, when you're fighting him.
Right.
It was the other
Sam.
guy. It was the other. I thought it was the
like
other rich
Ronaldo
guy.
or whatever.
Yeah, I thought it was him.
Ronaldo. I don't remember his name.
Right?
No, you fight. You fight Sam.
I can't. Okay, I'm just gonna take your word for it.
With
Sure.
the sword, and then
Right.
you both drop your swords, and you just. Do you drop your swords?
Yeah, I thought that was the other rich guy that you fought.
No.
Because what happened to him?
He probably just died.
Well,
Because remember, the whole thing is like, Nathan's like, I gotta go back for him, so you go back for him, but like, even still, he doesn't listen to you.
no, it was the rich guy. It wasn't Sam. It was the rich because I remember him saying like every time like I heard your name, everyone's always telling you that how much of a legend you were, and how I was like, and how I was a nobody compared to you, because he was the one who's also searching like. Yeah, I remember. It
Do
had
I
to
not
be
remember my own pick?
It had to have been him. I swear.
Why do I remember it differently?
I don't know. Probably because it's just a generic trope. Like that game has already had so many generic tropes that would just be another generic trope, I guess.
Anyway.
But yeah, but like that doesn't ruin the fire when you two are fighting. Just like, it's freaking so memorable. And
obviously not for me, because I don't remember who you're fighting.
Also, yeah, I just freaking love pirate theme stuff too. I'm a sucker for that. Like,
it's because of Pirates of the Caribbean, isn't it?
I freaking love that series. That could be one of the reasons why I love that series too. But like, yeah, and like just like, dang, this is the vibes that you get from it is so good.
And Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed 4. Dang, I want to play that game again. Oh, that was so fun.
Yeah. So now that you've talked about my game, how about you talk about your game?
Donkey Kong 2. Country 2. This is... Okay, yeah, this is Donkey Kong Country 2.
You grabbed the third game by mistake.
It's
a rare, valuable collectible.
Donkey Kong Country 2 was such a fun game.
Because it's pirate themed.
You know what? Frick, it is pirate themed. And that is one of the reasons why I love about it. Like, and that is another cool thing about that game I love. It's like the vibe it gives off. Like, the way that you actually go into enemy territory and like you're not in this like super big base or anything like that. No, this is the Kremlin's hometown, and you're just living on their hometown. You just go to a swamp, go to a volcano, go into a theme park, you know. And then, like, it's more that the higher up you get, it gets more fortified, more, like, military-like, you know? And it just feels awesome. And, like, that menu song that plays in the middle of it, just, like, this sounds dangerous. The menu song, it just sounds like a danger, like, you're in this dangerous place. And it's, like, it gives us a really cool vibe, I think. But, yeah, it's definitely the best feeling Donkey Kong game, I think. It has the perfect blend between challenge and fun. The level design is like just drop dead genius, I think.
I've never heard that phrase.
It dropped a genius. I think it is genius, just the level design, how it challenged you as a player to like overcome these obstacles that just suddenly just throws at you, and you gotta figure it out like in 2 seconds. Like there's something fun about that, and like finishing a level. I think Donkey Kong Country 1 just handled it really bad with his save states, and it's like it's arcadic like style of gameplay where like you gotta finish this many levels before you can save, but you don't know how many levels you have to beat before you can save. You know, I don't know if you remember how that game's save states worked.
Nope, I blocked out the whole game. No.
But and by the end of Donkey Kong Country 2, like it's less of that, but you have the schools now. Except
You have to pay to save.
You have to pay for save, yeah. And I think that's the worst part thing about that game is that you have to pay to save a game. But no, really good game. I love it.
All right. Down to my number 2 is yet another Naughty Dog game. Those dogs are naughty, and they made this.
Oh.
That was a really weird description. Oh yeah, people hate this game. I forgot. This game better. This game is freaking beautiful. Oh look, a reversible cover.
Yeah.
Naughty Dog does that. Why doesn't everyone else? Oh, I don't want Predator Hunting Grounds. What else? Ghost of Tsushima.
Yep.
When you intentionally pronounce it wrong to trigger the fanboys. All right.
What fanboy? Oh right, yeah. I thought you were talking about Predator.
Partner in.
I thought you talking about the Predator.
Ghost of
fanboy.
Tsushima.
Like, yeah. I get it now. I get it.
Anyway, this cover art sucks. But I played this a year after it came out, like almost exactly.
Yeah.
And like, I think that removing myself from the launch, because I played The Last of Us 1 not too long before this, so I'm just a new fan, but like, I think the biggest reasons I enjoyed it is because I had played the first game's expansion.
Yeah.
Because I played it a year removed, and because I was fresh off the first one. I think all those three things. Three things,
yeah.
I don't. It just feels wrong like this. Like it's still 3, but
yeah.
All those 3 things like just help me appreciate it more. I will say. First off, without spoilers, I'll say it retroactively made the first game story better. It improved the combat and gameplay overall. It just has like the best story, just period, of anything that I've experienced. Like just the story, like how it's crafted and like the characters, what they do, how they interact. Like, I'm not saying it's the most enjoyable story or like the most fun or the most emotional. It's just the best overall story all round. Like, I don't know. Like, I'd say Uncharted 4 like is a better character story, but like the plot's generic. You know, this like that's what I'm trying to say. Like this has everything. It does everything well. There's not from I remember, there's not like a bad part. There might be an okay or like just meh part, but there's not bad parts. It's like, I don't know. I was so confused. Like, why do people? I was literally, when I was done, I'm gonna turn the mic. I'm just like, why do people hate this?
Yeah, that is literally the first thing you told me after you beat the game. You told me why do people hate this game? I was like, because
gay.
Because gay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
I just don't know why that game like blew up as much as it did, just in terms of controversy.
I don't know.
Like,
I guess I don't want to talk too much about it because like I feel like it won't matter because people still not like my opinion. But I guess I'll just say, with including spoilers for both games now and the DLC. The first game's ending I didn't like because I don't like those. Okay, so me and that friend Nick did some talking, because I was trying to figure out why I don't like the first game's ending, but most people are either okay with it or they like it.
Yeah.
Like, but I just don't like it. Like, I'm not even like lukewarm towards it. I just didn't like it.
Me
Like,
too. I didn't like
it was just
it
like,
either.
what the heck? It was literally just, like I said, it wasn't as bad as Deathloop, but, and I think it's because that game focuses solely on trying to get the player to connect to Ellie or Joel. You either connect to Ellie as being a kid in a like fish out of water situation, just struggling to survive on their own, and you can relate to that if you're young enough, or you can relate to Joel as like the parental figure. Like you have to like take care of this child who is like rambunctious and like kind of disobedient, and it's just like if you're in either of those two groups, you just put yourself into these characters and you attach yourselves mentally to them, and like that is amazing for Naughty Dog to achieve that. But I was at the age where I was neither of them. I was not a young kid. I was 18.
Yeah.
And I was not old enough to be even thinking. I'm not even thinking about kids right now. So like I was in between. So I was just watching them do these things. So when you're watching, it's different when you relate to someone and you're putting them in their shoes than if you're watching them do something. So when I watch Joel, again, major spoilers for the ending of the first game.
Major spoilers.
Like major.
Like,
when I watch Joel kill these fireflies because of his own selfish reasons.
Yes.
That's I don't relate to either character.
That's
remember?
Exactly what I thought.
Then suddenly it's the stupidest thing you've ever seen on TV.
Yep.
I said TV because it's a movie. Yeah. It's like, what are you doing? It's literally like yelling at a horror character for going in a room to know the killers, and it's like, what were they thinking? Like, why are they going? Why is he doing this? It's literally like the whole greater good over your own. But then the second game, I'm glad he did that now, because now I understand. Because they explained it to someone like me who didn't like relate in the first game, and it's just like, that's why he did it. Now I understand, and now I like the first game's ending. Because if you that's what this game did to me. It was just like, holy crap, I get it now.
If he would have explained that of what he explained in the second game.
It took until the ending of the second game.
But if they would have explained that either early in the second game or in the first game ending some way, shape, or form, that would have been so much of an ending. Or if they actually would have given me a reason to not, like, have her kill, again, major spoilers, have her kill Ellie so the cure can be released. Like, it would have said, like, oh, there's not, like, a high % chance that it will work or something like that, like, then I would have been on his side, but the whole time I was not on his side.
And and another thing is,
it ruined the game for me, I think.
If you, like I said again, if you're just watching these characters, when she's just like, promise me you're telling the truth, and he's just like, I am, and she's like, okay, I'm just like, what do you mean okay? I can tell by the way you're looking at him and the way you're talking that you don't believe him. Why are we leaving off on that? And like the second game still didn't have like the best ending. Like, it was just her walking away.
Yep, you walked away.
But, like, it was... I'd rather have an open-ended conclusion than a bad conclusion.
Yeah.
So, like...
That is true.
I mean, it's still not preferable. Like, I just want good conclusions to all of my stories, unless it's, like, a Mass Effect situation. But I haven't played that yet. Anyway. Yeah, so, I don't know. Like, I just... can't really pinpoint one or two I just can't pinpoint big things to talk about that why I like this game. It's like all the little things. Every single little thing that happened in the game I like. Even the things that are bad, I like. Because you need bad things to make it like a good story. You know, like you need the stupid things like why is not really spoilers, because it's right in the beginning. Like why is Dina pregnant? That's stupid. But then you're like, oh, but it adds all this drama. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. And now you like. And the fact that even though I don't like Dina as a character, I would rather have a bad character than like all good characters. Because then it's just like, if it's a good story, I should say. Right. If it's like I'm going back to Star Fox Adventures just because I just played it, so it's fresh in my mind. Like if I don't like Tricky, But the reason I don't like Tricky is because he's annoying and stupid and adds nothing. Since he adds nothing, then I hate him as a character. But like Dina, I wouldn't like as a person, but I like as a character.
Yeah.
You know? And like another reason, back to like why I like it more, I think, than most people, is because I played the expansion to the first game, and that explains, it's a prequel to the first game, and it explains that Ellie is gay.
Yeah.
So like I was just like, oh yeah,
technically lesbian.
LGBTQ plus.
Yeah, don't want to anger that whole community. So.
And it's just like, okay, I was just like, okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
And then when people saw it in the second game who didn't play the expansion, they're just like, what is this? Why does he have a girlfriend? Why are they kissing? Why?
Change this character that I know personally.
Like, I was literally in class and someone mentioned that game, and then someone else was just like, I don't understand why they made her gay. And I literally was just like, they did, and if you had played the first game's expansion, you would know. And he's like, oh.
Oh my gosh.
Like, that was basically
Bro
not
moment
exactly
right there.
But yeah, I'm just like, yes, got him.
Score one.
And like, I had just finished it too.
Yeah.
It was perfect timing. Anyway, I ranted on for probably 10 minutes about that freaking game. So on to our games of the years. Mine actually came out this year.
Number 2.
I forgot one.
Oh, you got one?
Forgot Ratchet Rift Apart.
Oh.
Forgot it.
Well, you mentioned it at least.
No. Oh, we're right now.
Yeah, right now. You at least
that game's just pure fun. Nothing like good, anything else. So. No, okay. I just runner up or honorable mention: Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. The best gameplay in the series. That series I don't like. Overall, like they're all average or below, except for like 2. And then Rift Apart was just like the best one, and like I actually liked Rivet. No one was expecting to like Rivet, but everyone likes Rivet. She's awesome. Like she's not gross quirky. She's like the actual good quirky.
What was the other robot too?
And then like
that was there.
Yellow Girl.
Yellow Girl.
And like she's been pretty good. Like I just like their dynamics.
Yeah.
Like, they all play off each other and they switch partnerships all the time, and it's just like that's so cool. And like okay, go on.
Number 2 on my list
is number 1.
No.
It should be number 1.
It's not number 1. You see, I knew we'd mess this up.
We messed it up. Did I skip a game? Maybe.
You probably did.
No, because we're talking
I was doing everything exactly.
I did skip a game. Keep going.
Okay. Number 2 for me is God. You see, this is gonna sound so cringe. It's because of the stupid fan base and the stupid community and all the freaking stupid memes.
Can I guess?
And everything.
Can I guess what you're
you
say?
see, I don't want you to guess because it makes it even more embarrassing.
Can I guess, please?
Fine.
Is it Deltarune?
Close Undertale.
Okay.
Undertale.
You did right. You did play that this year too.
Undertale is one of the best games I've played. Like that song, that stupid song.
The only one I know.
You see,
because I had a kid in band class who could play it on the xylophone.
Like, oh my gosh, that game is freaking. Undertale is amazing.
Band kid moment.
It is genuinely amazing game, but the community has ruined it. As much as a community with Minecraft and Fortnite, all these other like good games that just
any RPG
has bad fan base. Yeah, like, it generally makes me upset. Cause I want to tell people, hey, I like Undertale. It's like a really awesome.
Because are you scared to associate like when if it's not like a close friend, I'm just like I'm a
yeah.
I don't like Sonic. What do you mean?
Yeah, like they generally like Undertale fans are generally known as like the super like socially awkward kid, or like the kid who dresses weird, or something like that. But like I love it, and I can't help but love it. I like when I played it on Steam. It was like I got it for really cheap on Steam, so I played it on my PC. Like, wow, it genuinely just gave me an experience that like I thought was gone. I thought that experience was after the Mother games. I thought a Mother inspired like RPG would never come, and it did. And I tried to like stay away from the fan base and like the reputation it's gotten, and I just pretended that I was back in like 2014, 2015. I don't know, like somewhere around that time. I just pretended that I was in that time zone playing this game, this indie game that like, people talk about it, and
Did the camera just turn off?
the camera just turned off. Okay.
All right. We're
Right,
back.
I guess people want me to watch me talk about Undertale. I guess freaking
The gods of
Yeah,
Undertale
Toby Fox just wanted me to talk about Undertale.
turned off our camera. No, apparently, I was recording a 4K because I didn't think to not.
Yeah.
So my memory card just ran out.
So
And it probably will again.
Woo. Okay. Anyway, I was saying about that game, like, dang, like, yeah, it's a mother like inspired game, and the fact that it is that just makes
Did you
love
drink
it.
half your Snapple?
Yes, I did.
In like the
It-
2 minutes I was gone.
Yeah, I did, and yeah, it just
Jesus.
I don't know, it just like just made me love it even more.
Bro, this is full.
Yeah. What do you expect? But yeah, soundtrack is amazing. Like, I know people talk about that song, the Sand song, all the time. Nobody talks about it. Even to this day, it still comes up. And the music, there's more than just that on Undertale. Every single song in there is just beautiful and amazing. I constantly caught myself head bopping, like unironically, to every time there's like a fight scene or something. Like, it's just that good. And yeah, freaking amazing. Has an amazing final boss. And if you're gonna play Undertale for the first time, don't just literally just throw everything that you know about it out the window. Like, just ignore all the reputation it built up. Ignore all that. Ignore the cringy fan base. Pretend you're playing it like it's 2015. I can't remember when it came out. Around 2015. Around this. Pretend you're playing in that time when it just came out. That is the best way to experience it. That's how I experienced it, and I'm so glad I did it. Because if I would have just been like, oh, how look, it's the part where everyone talks about, or hey, look, it's the character that everyone talks about, like, then no, it would have been fun for me.
Okay.
So,
So
yeah.
that's your number 2?
Yeah, number 2.
Alright, so my number 4th pick was actually Doom 2016. I just forgot to put it in the pile.
Yeah.
But literally all I gotta say is that it's like a masterpiece FPS game. Like, beaten only by Halo CE. But honestly, those two are interchangeable in their place.
Yeah.
Like, it plays perfect, it sounds perfect, it looks perfect. Like,
Soundtrack is one of the best.
yeah. Like, that's it's just straightforward, to the point.
Mm-hmm.
And so I will be straightforward and to the point.
Cool.
So now can I go on to my number 1?
Yeah, sure.
Metroid Dread.
Metroid Dread.
This game is... It's not as good as Symphony of the Night, but it's the next best thing. Like, the fact that Metroid is just as good as all the indie platformers out there,
Mm-hmm.
like, that's still... That just shows us how good the franchise is as a whole, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if all the people trying to copy you were doing you better, and then you're just like, okay, it's been 20 years, I'll give it a go, and you do just as good, if not better than them, like, that's saying a lot.
Yeah, like, I never thought of it like that before.
Because, like, since, like, 2010, maybe, like, indies have just been like, hey, let's make a Metroidvania, hey, Metroidvania.
Yeah.
But Metroid still bangs.
king.
It still slaps. I almost said bangs. Like, the control is so fluid. Excuse me. I think it's the first Metroidvania besides Ori that I didn't have to look up.
Mm-hmm.
The other Metroid games I had to look up things for, but I made it a goal. Like, I'm not gonna look up anything on this one.
By the
I'm
way,
gonna do all myself.
camera turned off.
Yeah.
So audio only.
Yeah. We're
Yeah,
almost
we
done.
are just declining in quality as
Slowly
this is
degrading.
going.
It was like, hey, let's make a video version. It's
Yeah.
like, no.
They just want us to, which is okay, I guess.
I mean, I wouldn't either. That doesn't make any sense, but anyway.
Yeah.
Again, there's just not much to say about it. Like, it's too new for me to really talk about. Yeah, so, I mean, there's not much else you can talk about.
Yeah. Which
Which
that's
is
the game
ironic.
That's the game I haven't played, right?
Yeah, which is weird because it's like my favorite, but like, it's just good.
Yeah.
It's just too good. Like, you just play it, it's fun. It's not like Last of Us 2 where it's just a deep story to discuss. And since you haven't played it, there's not much to go off of with you. So, like, I'll just say it is, like, my top 3 Metroidvanias, Symphony of the Night, which is my favorite game of all time, Metroid Dread, and then Ori and the Blind Forest. And, like, yeah, I haven't played that many, but, like, I tried Hollow Knight, and it's just, nah. It's just too slow.
Yeah.
Too slow, too confusing, like, they didn't tell you what to do well enough.
Yeah, I'm not really that interested in Hollow Knight, actually.
Yeah, I want to play the rest of the Castlevania.
Like, after
Metroidvania
Undertale,
games.
like, playing Undertale got me into a really big, like, indie mood.
Right.
And so...
Oh, Axiom Verge, I also played that, and that's really good. I can't wait for my limited run to come in of the sequel so I can actually play the sequel.
Yeah.
Alright.
Number 1 for me is the best game I played in 2021. I even specifically remember, like, it was May of 2021. And that was Mother 1. I played that on my phone with an emulator with, like, the same fan translated version you did. And, like, I was, I was, like, you know, like, in school, like, freaking exhausted from school. Like, it was stupid. Like, 2020 was a horrible school year, and, like, now they switched us to in-person, and I was really sick of, like, everything. And so, you know, I was like, you know, I just need, like, a funny, happy game to play. And the first thing I thought was Mother. Just like, okay, people say this is amazing, like an amazing series, so I'll just play the first one through an emulator. Like, once I heard that beginning, like, opening, like, dang, I fell in love with it.
I used to remember when you first showed me that, like, on a car ride somewhere.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, I'm playing this.
That beginning intro is just one of the best intros, like title screens of any video game ever. And the story was, like, unbelievably, like, deep. When people think of Mother 1 as like the story, like, they always say it's not much, or it's just your, you know, standard, like, lighthearted RPG stories. Like, that's not true. If you think about it hard enough, it gets so deep.
Mm-hmm.
We've had, like, hour-long conversations of discussing Mother 1's story because of just how, like, deep it actually goes, and as deep as, like, it's literally like the Earthbound, like, Gygas's theories. Like, you can go into hour-long explanation of discussing this one thing. And and you see, the thing, nobody sees it because they're too busy, you know, getting mad about the flaws it has. And you know, that makes sense. It's just a human thing that we do. But when you play the game in, like, a really easy mode and a really relaxing mode, like I did.
Well, not like. I mean, I know what you mean, but not just like making it too easy. Like,
Right.
Its original form is extremely hard and aged poorly. Like I said, like, it's not a bad thing to, like, modify your experience, because it's just an unofficial definitive edition instead of an official definitive edition, and that's how I see it.
But because I played in a more relaxing way, I was able to pick up that stuff. You know, I was able to like be like, oh, like, I was able to put together the pieces of the puzzle. That was the story, and like, freak, when you go to Magicant for the first time,
Yeah.
that's literally one.
Magicant is magical.
That's literally one. That's literally one of the best, like, most memorable video game moments I'll ever have. Is that moment. And
right under Psycho Mantis for me is Pencil Statue from Earthbound.
Yeah. Statue from Earthbound. That's so funny. Like, and like this game is funny too. Like, they're not as, like, the characters aren't as, like, you know, like extremely quirky. Like, and I think, like, I want to say quirky as like a bad thing, like just as a general meaning. Like, people in Earthbound are like extremely like quirky and like, you know, like
Just weird.
weird, yeah. But in Earthbound, they dialed it down. Like, not they dialed it. It came before, frick. But like, you know, they're not as much of that. But like, that was so perfect for me who was just getting into the series. You know, it was like, I think some people, why people don't like Earthbound when they first play is because that, you know, weirdness is too extreme for them. When with playing Mother 1, it was a lot more gradual.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense then.
So, yeah, so it was like the melodies, just like, and everything about that was like, it was one of those adventures that made me feel like a kid again. Like, I wasn't this like super like buff big knight, like the hero of the whole world and destined to like save the universe and everything. Finding
It is
these
your
like
density spiral.
find
I mean
density.
No, you meant he says density
yeah,
first,
and then
it
I
says
destiny. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just made me like in all those RPGs, like they want you to feel like someone else, which is fine, nothing wrong with that. You know, it can appeal to your fantasy of what you wish you could be, and that's okay. But like, Mother 1 just felt so real. The fact that I was this like 10-year-old kid killing a bunch of weird alien monsters with like a baseball bat and a yo-yo, like, it's what a kid fantasizes. That, you know, you can just go on an adventure with a bunch of friends and just kill aliens that are taking over the world. Like, it you know, to me that was very relatable.
Killing aliens is relatable.
Or like, you know, like as a kid, you just like want to save the world from something.
I wish I was Link.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish I was Mario.
Yeah. So, Mother 1 to me is very special. And it was the best game I ever played in 2021.
Epic.
Yeah, big. So, let us know what you thought of this.
We're not.
Should we keep the camera? When we do the camera next time, it's going to be fixed. Trust us.
Yeah, I'll record in 1080p instead
So,
of 4K.
should we do the camera? Not do the camera? What should we do with everything else? Let us know. We'd like to improve. We slowly are improving, I think. And I think that's really nice.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. See you all next month.
If we remember.
If we remember. See you later.
Bye.